I am chair of the Technical Advisory Group, which is a subcommittee of the Township of Woolwich that advises the Remediation Advisory Committee that is chaired by the Mayor Sandy Shantz.
I'm encouraged with the participation of the ministry. They are talking about definitely meeting the 2028 deadline, and to meet that we need to be there 5 years sooner, so we're actually looking at getting the work done in the early 2020s.
I think it's been a very productive process. We have a plan, and I think we're going to be able to move very constructively into the future.
The deadline established by the Provincial Ministry of the Environment and Climate Change, MOE, is for a cleanup of the municipal aquifer off-site by 2028. That's only 13 years from now. That deadline was set 17 years ago, and it was quite typical at the time in the 1990s to anticipate that it would take about 30 years to clean up a site of this complexity.
The TAG chairman, Mr. Richard Jackson, when I first came in, I went up to the front and I told him how impressed I was with the TAG work plan for 2016. He is suggesting 3 areas that are in drastic need of attention. The off-site municipal aquifer, the pumping alone is not adequate. He's also suggesting there has to be major work downstream in the Canada-Jig, studying, field work, and eventual removal of dioxin and DDT. And then the third one, close to my heart, on-site cleanup of, he refers to both L-NAPLs and D-NAPLs. Light non-aqueous phase liquids and dense non-aqueous phase liquids.
I'm wondering, are they going to complete it? Because Kimchura, you have to deal with Kimchura, you're going to have to deal with the Ministry of Environment, and then Woolwich Township accepting it. I found that it seems to be people have become complacent with what's going on, and that is really what is so annoying, because when you live with these things, and I think it's a terrible thing, people don't realize all the health risks that are lurking out there. I've watched people go fishing, young children playing in this water.
Also, by 2028, I believe it is the intent of all concerned to have the creek, the Canada-Jig Creek, cleaned up to acceptable levels. What I see is a lot of work has been accomplished, perhaps most of the heavy lifting. A lot remains to be done. It's really necessary to keep all the partners at the table, including the ministry, provincial ministry, and of course the chemical company, Chemtura, which is obviously a very different corporation than the old Uniroyal.
I feel like we're setting up for a process that I feel very comfortable with. It's not dramatic, it's not all, big newspaper headlines, but it gets the job done. And so many of the key components of the cleanup have not even been discussed in 5 years. I was kind of panicked over that. But the silver lining of what's happened is that I think it's been clear in the past years that they absolutely require for their the integrity of their company in the eyes of their chemical company peers and the world, they need to have good communication in the community. The other part of the silver lining is the Ministry of the Environment, which has for the last 10 years been a dud on all of this. Somebody shows up at the meeting, they are unresponsive. I don't know why, that's just the way it's been. They've also gotten new people involved here and recognized the importance of participating here in a very smart way that is prepared, does its homework, and has a plan. So I'm thrilled with that. I think that this is a really good start.
If there is one lesson learned, I think it was perhaps the need the community had to reach out to the university sector, particularly the University of Waterloo, which is only 20 kilometers from here. There was an enormous amount of expertise that was seldom tapped in the last 20 years.